Liverpool versus Manchester United. Let me tell you,
Opposite
spoiler
line.
alert to our radio listeners, everybody's gone for Liverpool on this one, and the scores are wild. This is going to be embarrassing enough to make Ten Hag's job basically untenable if any of the big scores in this come out. Will says 4-0. I've said 5-0. Mick has said 3-0. Phil is saying 3-1. Shane is saying 4-0. He's an avowed Manchester United fan. Colin is saying 3-1. Nathan's saying 3-0. And Kathleen is saying 3-1. It's hard to know where to start with this.
We should have went higher.
Miguel has been reporting that they won't sack him just yet because they want to get in and have a look. This deal has not happened. What is going on?
It's like a United summer transfer saga.
Oh my God. It's like they're going to wait until the price goes up at the very last minute or something.
It's like every so often it hits its peak and then it just disappears again. And there's like whispers of like, weren't we supposed to get something
next week? Next week. The deal is believed to be happening next week. We've been hearing for 2 months.
Is it because it's a complicated deal because they bought 25% of the club but want to run every aspect of it? It sounds problematic, the whole thing. Like so.
But surely
maybe
there's
a lot of small print in the contracts.
There's definitely a lot of small print in the contract because
these are experienced businessmen as well. It's not like someone random coming in with no business experience trying to take over. Like these are people who are used to complicated contracts, shares, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
There are many lawyers involved, and I think you'll find as soon as the number of lawyers get involved, the paperwork increases exponentially. The billable hours, baby, the billable hours are amazing. They must be off the charts. They must be making a fortune on this deal because it hasn't happened.
And it's getting towards Christmas. I think, we just wait till after Christmas.
It gives you a lot of confidence in INEOS' ability to do good deals in the transfer window, doesn't it? How long they're taking to buy a club.
We'll hang on till the summer.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, that's sidetracked a little bit, but I think it's important that there's no certainty, and so Ten Hag doesn't know if they're going to come in and say you're correct and you've diagnosed the issues properly, even though your signings have been atrocious, and we're going to somehow fix the signings by getting people to do that for you, and you can look after the football. But the football's also been atrocious, so he must be on a bit of a sticky wicket. And if they lose this game 5-0 or 7-0, then what's the point in keeping him?
Yeah, like people will say this comes from the top, and it does, but Ten Hag has to take responsibility for this as well. Like they were awful the other night, and look what
it was the Glazers, Phil. It was the Glazers who picked the team.
But his post-match interview, I know it's one thing to what you say in public and what you say in private, but also what you say in public will be heard and people will pick it apart. And to try and say that was a good performance against Bayern, at no stage did United lay a glove on Bayern Munich in a game that they had to win. Bayern were in second gear in a game that they basically treated it almost like a training match, where you felt if United showed a bit more fight, then Bayern might have thought, okay, like they're going to outrun us here. We'll try, but if we don't win, it's not the worst thing in the world. But it never looked like it was going to happen. And if you go to Anfield, even the best United teams, when they went to Anfield, you had to be up for the fight. And I just would have no belief in this United team being up for the fight, that even if they got a goal, even if United scored early, like Liverpool, as good a season as they are having, they have conceded goals. So even if United scored, or if something happens where a Liverpool player gets sent off, you still would back Liverpool to be able to respond to it, and just sheer fight and desire, and obviously better quality in their team will get them the win.